Greetings and hello, Tony Coleman Brown here. And on today's video, I want to talk to you about the 5 core business systems that every business needs to really and truly run a business that works while they sleep. So, the first system you need is a lead generation system. Of course, everyone knows if you don't have leads coming through your door, then you really don't have a business because you don't have anyone to talk to. But a lead generation system, especially if you have one online, it will look something like this. You'll have maybe a free training or something like that. So you'll have a landing page or a squeeze page or a sales page in sometimes, because sometimes your freemium doesn't have to necessarily be free. It could be a self-liquidating item. So something that you give with a low cost of entry, right? So it's going to start there, and then you're going to have a thank you page, which is going to be your delivery page. It's going to be how you're going to deliver the free item or the freemium. But at the end of the day, the first part of your lead generation is going to be this universe here, which is where are your leads coming from? For a lot of people, your leads may come from your YouTube videos or your TikTok videos or social media, something like that. Or sometimes you can run ads and your leads can come from there. Or if you are optimizing your content on your blogs or your websites, your leads can come from there. But a lead generation system that works while you sleep is typically one that is online, that pretty much you can generate a lead online and you can have your thank you page and you can have your follow up system to automatically kick in as soon as someone enters their name, email address, and phone number. So that's the basis of a lead generation system. So, next, we want to talk about the follow up system, which is the next system that you need in your business. Because oftentimes, after someone has actually downloaded or opted in for your freemium, they're going to want to get to know, like, and trust you. Because oftentimes, people don't immediately give you their credit card, and they don't immediately generate a sale. A lot of times they have to be convinced. So your email marketing system and your follow-up emails is going to be the way that you're going to convince them to know, like, and trust you so that they can actually pull out their credit card and generate a sale. So your follow-ups really come in the form of your emails and your text messages that you send to people. And during this time, you can send them great information and content. You can send them links to your blogs, articles you've written, trainings that you've given, webinars, master classes. This is the time for you to do that, to build up that know, like, and trust factor so that they can say, hey, I know this person. I know they deliver great information. I like what I've been receiving thus far. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to purchase their program. So a good follow-up system could really lead to a sale, but you definitely have to have one. What tends to happen for a lot of people is they'll give away their freemium and they'll have people on their list, but they don't know what to do after that. So pretty much what you want to do after somebody have opted into your freemium is you want to build them up so that you can get to the sale, and your follow-up system will allow you to do that. The next system that you're going to want to have is your sales conversion system. So, a lot of times you're going to offer something for a sale, and people are going to opt in, and basically you're going to go to their thank you page, and then the thank you page will lead to the next steps, right? So, for the most part, a lot of people will have someone buy something and then they'll deliver it, and then that'll be it. But really and truly, your sales conversion system should be more than that. It should be more than just your thank you. It should be more than just your product delivery. You actually want to begin to build the relationship, because once you really convert someone and they actually pull out their credit card and make a sale with you, the next thing you're going to want to do is really pull that person in deeper into your products, your services, your offers, and you want to increase their lifetime value. So it's one thing to convert a sale, and you want your sales conversion system to literally be automatic. The one thing that you don't want to happen is you don't want someone to purchase something, then have to wait to receive it, and then there's no communication with you between the time that they've placed their order and the time that they receive their order. Oftentimes, what this could look like, especially if you have an e-commerce business, is someone places sale for a product. Then 30 days later, they get their product. They will probably be looking at you sideways, right? So, what you want to do is you want to have a very systematic way that you convert your sales. If you're in e-commerce, you can, have a video on your thank you page, or as soon as somebody purchases, you want to send them an email. You want to let them know what their order number is. You want to let them know when they can expect to get their order. You want to let them know how it's being shipped. You want to let them know all of those things in order for you to really have a successful sales conversion and not have someone cancel their order in between or say that it took too long to receive or anything like that. So you want that conversion process to be smooth, to be very transparent, and to be one that the customer actually enjoys. And then when they receive their product, what is it going to look like when they open up the box? A lot of people really enjoy the unboxing experience when they get a new product. So, what does that look like for you? Or if you have a digital product, what happens on the back end? Does somebody, places an order, and do they get their items right away, or do they have to reach out to you and say, "Hey, I never received my item"? What happens? And things can happen along the way, even with digital products. Your, delivery could end up in spam and people not receive it. So, one of the things that you might want to do is take advantage of the thank you page and really begin to work with the people that have purchased from you and let them know, hey, thank you so much for placing your order. You should receive it in your inbox right away. But sometimes things end up in the spam folder. So you might want to check the spam folder to make sure that my item is not sitting there. And if I am in your spam folder, why don't you move me over and whitelist my email so that I appear right in your inbox and you get everything direct from me? That's the way you take advantage of your thank you page. But hey, listen, the sales conversion is very, very important. Once someone gives you their name and email address and their credit card information, then the next thing you want to do is really begin to give them a wonderful experience so that they can keep coming back. And that leads me right into the next system you want to have in your business, and that's your onboarding and support system. So once someone buys, how do you onboard them? How do you bring them into your universe? Do you put them in a group? Do you reach out and have a call? Do you have an AI sales agent to automatically send them a call and say, hey, I saw you purchase. Thank you so much. I just want you to know that sometimes my information may end up in your spam folder. So one of the first things I'm going to need you to do is whitelist my email. So things like that. You want to make sure that they know how to get in contact with you. If it's a membership, if it's something that they're going to get recurring charges, you want to make sure that they know how to cancel. So these things are so important when it comes down to running your business. So your client onboarding and your customer support, you definitely want to make sure that it's tight. And then after someone has purchased with you, you want to check in with them, see how they're doing. Say, hey, I noticed you purchased from me in the past. What's been going on? How is it going? How can I help you in the future? How can I help you today? This is what I'm up to right now. Could you benefit from this? So you want to keep checking in. You want to keep in contact with those people that have purchased from you. So your onboarding and customer support system is probably one of the most important systems that you can build out for your business. But that leads me to the fifth and final system, which is also probably one of the most important systems, is your retention system, right? And retention and growth is really all about your customer ascension. You want to increase the lifetime value of your customer. And one of the primary ways that you're going to do that is by constantly delivering offers and pulling them further and further into your universe. When you find that you have a customer that have paid you thousands and thousands of dollars in the past, then you want to treat them like VIPs. So basically, you want to keep your customers as being new customers, even though they may be more seasoned customers and have purchased things from you in the past. But it's important that you're always providing solutions to their problems, because just because you've solved one problem in your customer's life, that doesn't mean that they don't have another related problem that you can solve. So the way you do that is by keep making offers. So you may have had one product, then another product, then you may have group coaching, you may have courses, you may have a high ticket program, but at the end of the day, you want to keep them moving through your universe and growing with you and basically increasing that lifetime value of that customer. That's so, so, so important. So there you have it. Those are the five core business systems that every business needs to be successful. That's your lead generation system, your follow up system, that's your sales conversion system, that's your onboarding and support systems, and that's your retention systems. So, this is Tony Coleman Brown. I hope you found this information valuable, and I will see you on the next video.